Don't be afraid to drop friends if it absolutely needs to happen. Everyone thinks of gaining more friends or increasing their circle of buddies. I thought of it, a lot of people think of it. It's a very common thought. Regardless of your occupation, if you're a high school student, a college student, or a working class individual like me, we often think about it. How pleasing, how enlightening it would be to have a few or maybe a set of more friends in which we could openly talk to and converse with on a daily basis about essentially everything, where both parties would complement each other, both parties would collaborate and communicate without any room of judgment. Everyone is open-minded, everyone is safe. It's a win-win relationship, as friendship is considered proper standings of give and take, not the other way around. That being said, it's vital for people to know when it's required to drop a friend. I've been in that kind of situation myself. Let me go into detail. Back when I was a transfer in process community college student many years ago, back in one of my introductory math courses, I met someone. His name is M. We'll just call him M like how they do in Reddit stories. It was the guy who sat next to me. For some reason, people like to sit in the same seats in certain classes, so that's kind of what led to it. Originally, there wasn't really any interaction, just two strangers in a class here to pass. But I decided to make the initiative to just, if I'm going to keep seeing this guy next to me for 2 days, 3 days a week, I should at least say something. Take the initiative, take the first step, and that's perfectly fine to do. So that's what happened. I thought of a very simple conversation starter, which is about class, about math, about courses, about college in general. So that's what I did. I still remember the exact moment when the instructor at the time was passing out paper notes with formulas for us to study, and the guy was sitting next to me. I just said one simple sentence. "Oh, how are you doing in the class? How are you holding up?" A simple open-ended question. Sure, it was awkward at first, and I was even nervous, since conversing with a stranger who you see often in a class can really get your nerves going. But after a few nervous thoughts that I just quickly eradicated from my mind, in just a few weeks, I ended up making a brand new friend in community college. I was smiling. I considered this one of my top achievements. Now, originally, as our friendship developed, the topics that we started conversing with, which was mostly about classes, school, college, where did you come from, the very general, top of the surface stuff, eventually evolved into more personal details. Our lives, our interests, our hobbies, things we like to do, to where, oh hey, you know what? We consider ourselves friends at this point. And it wasn't just me, the guy considered me a friend as well. It made me quite happy. And shortly after, I learned M was the kind of guy who loved going out. And what I mean by going out, he loved being the star of the night or the highlights. He would bar hop, going to various bars, 3 to 4 locations in a night, very late hours. He loved to go in various restaurants every single week, hiking in various trails, sometimes easy, sometimes very difficult, like in the mountains, raves, dances, and a lot of the other events I don't usually go to myself, since personally I only go outside if it's absolutely needed. Now sure, when I first heard of this, I was surprised. It hit me, oh, this guy, he is different from me. He's more open and willing to embrace the social environment of going outside. Is this what college students usually do? So after some thinking, it hit me, you know what? Why don't I just try going with him on some of these occasions? This could be a great opportunity for me to expand my horizons, to practice my social skills, to get out and about and possibly meet some new people. The younger me at the time saw this as a golden opportunity. so of course I went along with it. Now the first few times of going out with M, it wasn't so bad. It was alright. Went to a few bars. I don't drink alcohol, by the way. I only drink water. The hiking trips were great. Sometimes they were a bit too hard for me, but it was a great way to burn calories. Went to a few concerts. The tickets were a bit pricey, but hey, the experience was worth it. And a few other things that we went to. Now, notice how I said the first few times were alright. While that is true, it quickly started to spiral downwards after those first few times. It became increasingly clear that M was much more focused on being the highlight or being the star of wherever he goes. I was confused at first. I had a hard time believing it. Was this actually happening? That this guy was paying more attention to these random strangers than me, even though he made the initiative to invite me to come to this place that I've never been here before. And yet all of his attention, all of his efforts were towards impressing random people we're never going to see ever again. This kind of action happened several times straight, regardless of where we went to. And the last straw for me, we went to a recreational golfing place where you just swing at golf balls to see how hard you can go. Nothing professional, just for fun. And where there was a group of other people that was just in the other area, were complete strangers, M, to my dismay, just completely made the decision to just flat out ignore me and approach the other group and barely approach me ever again, as if he didn't know who I was. Now, not only did I feel extremely disrespected, I felt angry, pissed, and very, very uncomfortable, as it hit me quite swiftly. This is not what a friendship should be like. I believe, in general definition, an equal friendship, usually between two people, should be a proper give and take. It should not be one-sided. It shouldn't be one person talking all the time and the other person not being heard. Each person needs to be exactly like a math equation equal sign. But when I saw this equation, when I visualized it, I felt I wasn't being heard. I wasn't being acknowledged. I wasn't being valued as a person, as if my words, my attention, my existence wasn't there. The only time that he even made the effort to talk to me was after the events. Oh, hey, do you want to go to the next one? Can you please come with me to the next one? And the effort, the interest from him, it started to decline as it kept being drawn somewhere else. Now, yeah, it hit me pretty damn fast. I should get rid of this guy. I should cut him off. He's not worth my time. And the one thing stopping me from it was nervousness. I was tense. I made one of the first few friends at community college. This was a good experience, so I really want to let him go. It's difficult to make friends in college. Sure, that was a bit of a struggle for just a few minutes. And directly after, I resolved to myself, it's not worth being friends with this guy if all he's going to do is not only neglect me, but not even recognize my presence and not even respond to text messages if I send him messages, where are you? It doesn't take a lot of effort to just check your phone and see what's going on. This was a complete one-sided friendship, and I just wanted nothing to do with it. I have decided to completely sever the friendship, to just let this guy go. He can do whatever he wants, and I want no part of it. Now, when I look back on this decision, I'm very happy I made that choice. If I continue to just keep silent and let my voice not be heard, who knows what kind of uncomfortable things I would be subjecting myself to. It's always better to end a friendship ahead of time before you subject yourself to not only uncomfortable feelings, but possible experiences that will make it worse for you over time. Let this be a reminder, let this be a message. You should take a moment to re-examine your circle or your group of friends and really think to yourself, how many of them are actually true friends? How many of them would actually be willing to converse with you about anything and everything without judging you, without saying anything mean or disrespectful. Because who knows, maybe you will have that one friend that you'll have to let go for the sake of pursuing a better self.